You guys are watching the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. Dallas takes down Tennessee, and it's all brought to you, our post-game reaction injury news, brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped.com, promo code Cowboys gets you 20% off and free shipping on all their top-of-the-line men's grooming products. Dallas wins. It was not very pretty. That was a bit of an almost lose-lose game. Like, if you win easily, it's, well, they were bad. If you don't win easily, it's, they were bad. How could you not win in a blowout fashion? The spread, by the way, in the end, was 13.5. The over-under was 40.5. I mean, you can't come any closer than that one from Vegas. The Cowboys cover despite a rather, I'll say, disappointing performance across the board, with some exceptions and some really troubling performances overall. The injury news is where we're going to begin. I am very concerned. I'll double-check any updates right now. Tyler Biadasz, dealing the game, fourth quarter, ankle injury. The initial fear is a high ankle sprain for Tyler Biadasz. Now, that is concerning. High ankle sprains typically are a 4 to 6 week injury recovery timeline. Offensive linemen, I mean, they're heavy. They put a lot of weight on that ankle. It's very tough. He was in a walking boot in that right foot. He was on the sidelines in just street clothes, basically, after the game. So we'll have to wait and see how things look for Tyler Biadasz. I am concerned about him being able to play at all in the preseason, but Tyler Biadasz, it does appear, is going to miss time. Another offensive line injury. We'll have a future video in terms of like replacements, all that stuff, so make sure you guys are subscribed. As promised, part of our live watch party, every $5 super chat was a spin to get the shout out for our post-game show. Jay Elam, as you saw if you watched live, was the winner. Congrats, Jay Elam. Football's coming, my friend. Cheers to you, and big thanks to everyone who watches us here at the Cowboys Report. Again, make sure you guys are subscribed. Let's hit some Week 17 takeaways. I think that's a disappointing performance, especially in the first half. You had 3 turnovers against, admittedly, what is a Titans preseason roster. They made a quarterback switch, which I think helped them significantly. Josh Dobbs straight up played better than Luke Willis has all year, but you turn the ball over 3 times. You don't play very well. Disappointing is the way I would grade that Cowboys performance. You got to be better, because this is not going to work against better competition. Yeah, you can beat a probably non-playoff Titans team, whatever. You've got to fare better in the end. This is not going to work against the Niners, against the Bucs, against the Eagles. That is a disappointing effort. I know they were vanilla. I think there's some coaching stuff to be blamed here, but I am tired of watching this team, especially in this last month and a half, play down to their competition. So grade the Cowboys today against the Titans. A, B, C, D, or F. How do you grade them? Be honest with me. It's the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there, A, B, C, D, or F. Number 2, you got to stop the turnovers, guys. You can't have them. I get your offense is putting up, it's down now to 5 points per game since Dak came back. It's elite production, by the way. And 27 is going to win you most football games, but you can't have 3 turnovers in a half. There was a botched snap. Was it on Biadasz? Was it on Dak? I'm not so sure. The first interception, unquestionably, was on Peyton Hendershot. I mean, you put him between the 8 and the 9, you drop it, bat up in the air, it's a picked off. Come on, what are you doing out there? Bad throw from Dak to Schultz. Got to be better. You can't have so many turnovers. It's not just one game or one fluke. It is a pattern right now for this Cowboys team. There's a lot of blame to go around, and yes, your quarterback gets some of it. You've got to be better in that area, or things are not going to go your way when it matters 2 weeks from now against a likely NFC South winner. Today's Cowboys Report is brought to you by our favorite producers of ball trimmers, Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping on all their men's grooming products at manscaped.com when you use promo code Cowboys. 2023 is on its way. New Year's is coming, and make sure it's not the only thing coming this year. Use Manscaped's men's grooming products, 20% off and free shipping. Happy New Year to your balls. Make sure you're using the best and the brightest and just the overall greatest Manscaped products. Manscaped.com, promo code Cowboys. Takeaway number 3. I thought your defense fared better tonight. I'm looking at the numbers here. They averaged 4 yards per carry. You can take away the 4 carries for 26 yards from Jonathan Ward. Oh, that was a very quality run defense effort. Dobbs had 4.0. Burks had a big gain of 20. Hassan Haskins had 40 yards on 12 carries. Your run defense was good. 13 points is doing your job. The defense more than did its job tonight for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm very pleased with how the Cowboys performed on defense. Now, there are still some mistakes. Not perfect. 2 sacks, but a bunch of hurries and pressures, so I'm kind of okay with that one there. Nashawn Wright did have an INT, which best play of his career. He got picked on a lot. I still do not trust my number 2 corner. They're not looking the way of Trayvon Diggs anymore. I have to go back to the math, but I honestly think that Nashawn Wright got targeted at least 10 times in that game. That's a massive number for a corner. You've got to be better at cornerback number 2. Deron Bland played well. I thought Sam Williams had some nice splash plays. Jaron Kearse was quality. Deron Bland was great as a blitzer too. Micah Parsons did not have a sack in the stat sheet, but he freed up a bunch of players. I thought Tank Lawrence played well. I'm not going to be too nervous about your defense. Better on third downs. Too many explosive plays. The Cowboys' defense has room to grow, but I'm not going to complain too much about 13 points. That's doing your job and then some on defense. All right, who gets the game ball? I don't know where you go on this one. Nobody. I think it's a fair option. CeeDee Lamb. You know what? You know who should maybe get it? Dalton Schultz played pretty well tonight. 7 catches, 56 yards, and 2 scores. Not going to give it to the quarterback, although I will make note the passing offense is why you're able to move the ball at all, which we'll get to it more in depth. But let me know who gets the game ball in the comment section. Takeaway number 4. I am very worried about this ground game. It is unquestionably bad. And I get Tennessee has a really good run defense. This is not one game of the Cowboys not having success on the ground. They've had issues for weeks now. Your offense line's done a good job. I thought McGovern played pretty bad at center, but that's a new spot, so I'll give him some leeway there. The Cowboys ran the ball 32 times tonight. That's a lot of runs. 87 yards on the ground. 2.7 yards per carry. And you busted a 23-yard run out of Malik Davis. I'm doing math on the fly here. If you take that singular runaway, which isn't always fair, it's a big play, but again, I think that's a fair way to go about it here. If you take away that run, and you are left with then 64 yards on 31 carries, you are barely getting to 2 yards per carry. On first down, you ran the ball 17 times for 32 yards. You are just consistently asking your passing game, which you made worse on purpose this offseason, to bail you out time and time again. You know, a great way to not ask your defense to make so many big plays and stops because your 4-minute offense sucks? Run the fucking football effectively. They cannot run the football. You got to have more first down passes. It's the only way. Or actually run it better. And I get there was no Tony Pollard. Ezekiel Elliott, 19 carries, 37 yards. That's under 2 yards per carry. The long of 6. They couldn't run the football. Malik Davis outplayed Zeke Elliott tonight. Seriously. That's just your second longest run was your quarterback again. I am terrified. And the O-line gets a lot of the blame. The tight ends too, don't get me wrong. They're not a good running team right now. They've got a week to figure this ish out, or it's going to be a very, very real problem against Tampa, who you've already proven you have a tough time running the football against, or even Carolina, whoever they end up playing in that opening round. We've got free Cowboys videos for you guys when you subscribe. We'll have more injury news and notes as things move forward. Please make sure you guys are subbed. YouTube.com/@CowboysTV. My final takeaway. This is overarching comments here. Who is confident in this football team? Noah Brown still can't catch. He had another bad drop. He was targeted 4 times, 1 catch. Not very good. CeeDee Lamb's great. He is a wide receiver 1. T.Y. Hilton has already earned the trust and performance of Dak Prescott on 3rd downs. I honestly thought, and Rolly, feel free to chime in here, by the way, even though we're still filming this. How did Dak play tonight? Unbiased answer. If you can just grade it, how do you think he played tonight?
I'd give him a B+. Outside of the 1 pick, he was good.
I was going to go like a B. So you're actually higher than him on I was. Like, the one bad throw was with bad interception. Can't have it. I mean, you don't win that game with Cooper Rush, I don't think. Because Rush had a good ground game. You didn't have the ground game. Now, your defense might have still won it for you anyway, but that would have been a 2013 type of game or 2017 type of game. But you can't have the turnovers. You can't have those moving forward. This is my fear with this Cowboys team. I don't believe in them because I've seen this story before. Not play so great down the stretch. You make some mistakes. Your running game is bad. Your O-line is bad. Your quarterback gets blamed for it. That's not new. That's been the case for decades now. Well, I guess years now, before Dak, but dating back to the Romo era. It's the same thing I keep seeing of, your quarterback makes one mistake, everyone blames him. It's the only mistake he made all night. Now, there were some missed throws mixed in there, sure, but I wouldn't call those mistakes either. So do you, final question before we go, do you trust the Cowboys? Y for yes, N for no. Get those votes in for me in the comment section.